Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So you're watching Uncollected mode, Infinity Nightmare. It's the monthly quest that is going on right now. And I did not record every single fight. Most of the fights were routine, but we're starting off here with Rocket Raccoon. He was my first 6-star, and when I got him, I did tell folks that I would be using him in questing, and I certainly have. I went ahead and fully explored all the chapters up to Thanos before I tackled him on, and I used Rocket to clear pretty much the entire path up to the last boss of each chapter. Alright, so you can see he's taking out this Gully here, and or Gilly, and he's not having too much trouble. She's not very difficult to fight. She has an unblockable special 2, as you see here, but very easy to evade. And there goes Rocket with that. Whew, love that grenade. That's what makes him so much fun to me, is getting to that L2 and lobbing that grenade. Alright, so pretty much all I do here is just how I fight her normally. Whether she has unblockable specials or not, my fighting style against her does not change. I try to push her to her L1 or her L2 and evade both of them. They're very easy to evade. Alright, so she's almost done here. And I did want to let you guys get a little Rocket action in here, because I don't usually use him, and of course with all the different Blade videos, I decided not to use my 4-star blade. That's all I have is a 4-star blade, and just try to go for a little bit more variety. Alright, so now I'm going after this chapter's boss, Proxima, and I'm using my Archangel, who is, as you see, still unawakened. Now, did you guys see that? I was not even sure what happened when I was fighting. I was like, wait, how did she do that? Why am I being attacked? All I did was, you know, stun her, go for my heavy, and she was attacking me. So I'm a little bit discombobulated. I bet you guys haven't heard that word for a while, if at all. But I was pretty disoriented after that happened. I did not read the node, and that was one of my problems. So I didn't know what to expect. But when I got Unstoppable, I guessed at what the node was. I was like, okay, it's got to be that Chaos node. And I do not like Chaos nodes because they tend to be very antagonistic towards me. I tend to get degens a lot, but we didn't get that in this fight. Look at that. We actually got a regen. And I was like, whoa, somebody must love me. So we're going in, and the fight is turning around at this point. You know, I'm kind of nervous, as you see there. You know, even though she was stunned, I didn't want to really go in there, and I don't want to push her to her L3. And her L2, I've gotten pretty good at evading, but I still mess up sometimes. And while I was fully exploring this, I did mess up and got wrecked a couple of times. But didn't happen this time. I was able to stun her, get a lot of bleeds on her, and down she goes. So this next fight is in the next chapter, and it's the Corvus chapter, and we're going to go in first against this Hyperion. Now, the first time I went in here completely blind, and I went in with like my C or D team, and I had nobody to deal with this Hyperion. And I ended up actually losing most of my team just brute forcing my way in. And then I ended up having to use a revive on the boss because I didn't have anybody left really, and I messed up. So this time I brought in OG Vision, and I just want you guys to see what OG Vision can do with those nodes that you saw him have. Power reserve, oh yes, yes indeed. Just look at OG Vision go, and this is a 4-star. If I could have gotten that 5-star offer, I definitely would have gotten it, but I'm not rolling like that, and I have to make do with the 4-star variant. But as you can see, 4-star variant is putting in that work, and I'm not running suicides. I actually turned my suicides off. I waited until after the grind that I was doing for the new Captain America, and did this afterwards.
Fatality.
And down he goes. OG Vision is a beast. Now I consider OG Vision and Magic the king and queen of power control. I don't know any champion in the game right now that is better at controlling the opponent's power than OG Vision and Magic. Everyone has their preference, and they're each good in different situations, but they are both a cut above the rest. Alright, so here we're facing off against Corvus, and this fight went a lot differently than the fight that I had when I first encountered him. When I first encountered him, he wrecked me pretty hard. I ended up having to use a revive or two because he ran through my entire team. But since then, I have gotten familiar with his animations, and I'm a little bit better at evading, as you can see there. That would have wrecked me when I first faced him. Alright, so I'm sitting here, and as you can see, I'm trying to bait out his special 2. I'm getting close to that edge there, so I'm getting a little nervous here. Alright, he doesn't want to throw it. Okay, he throws it, and I was able to evade. Alright, now, of course, I'm fighting him with one of my top champions, a rank 4 5-star Archangel. But if you're fighting him and all you have are 550 champions, you're going to fight him the same way. You're still going to want to evade those specials. You're going to want to evade his heavy attacks, and you're going to want to avoid taking a lot of block damage. The only difference is that when you have a 550 champion, it makes it even more important because you're going to be taking a lot more damage if you don't do those things. So at this point in the fight, I'm really nervous. You see his health, but I know he has that immortality thing, and I don't want to push him to his L3 while I'm trying to finish him off. But then I just went in.
Outstanding.
And I took a chance to use up those charges, and it paid off. And that is Corvus down. Now, we have actually fully explored everything except Thanos. Okay? Now, there are a lot of videos on Thanos. This is not a tutorial on him. I just wanted to get through it. Okay? You saw my team that I went in here with, and I'll talk about each of those champions as I fight him with them. Alright, but up until this point, I love how they did the final chapter because I was able to practice that first Thanos. So at this point, I've actually gone in against him about 6 different times. And just when I ran out of energy, an offer for energy refills came up. I was so happy, and I snagged that and said, okay, apparently they want me to finish it. So you saw that I boosted up to the gills because I just wanted to get this done with as quickly as possible. I've had all the practice that I felt like I needed, and my goal in fighting this first Thanos, I wanted to get through him without using a revive. That was it. I didn't want to one-shot him. I just wanted to get through it. Okay, so I start off again with my Archangel. In my practice, he did the best. I also had good luck with Thor. He was able to push him all the way down to his final phase, I believe, as well. But I chose Archangel because I felt that with the bleeds and because I was boosted up, it would push him down even faster. And look at his health. Look at his health just melting away. Alright, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with that phase, but you've got to parry, stun him, so that he will get rid of that aura. But look at this. It's just ticking down. I'm not even touching him. Look at this. This is why I chose Archangel. One of the runs that I did with Archangel, I actually got him all the way down below 30%. Now this phase right here, it messed me up several times. My muscle memory is vicious, and when they inverted the controls and I was still trying to fight, I would always mess up and go right into his attack. So what I recommend and what I did was I concentrated on just evading until it was over. So he fires off that beam, inverted controls, I wait, concentrate, swipe to the right to evade those two attacks, and then I wait, and if he attacks, I swipe to the right again to avoid his attack. I don't try to actually fight him. Alright, so as you can see here, we pushed him to that last phase there, and boom, boom, boom. Bye bye Archangel. But Archangel did what I wanted him to do. He got him down to that last phase. So now this last phase is a pain. And if you're not really good at intercepting, you are going to really hate this phase. I really hate this phase. Okay, so I think I was watching Dorky Diggity Dave, and he showed me something that helped a little bit. Alright, watch the buff on Thanos here. Okay, and by the way, I find this very annoying that it interrupts me. But look at his unstoppable buff. See, as soon as he dashed at me, that buff went away. So if you guys are quick, get some distance on him, look at that buff, and as soon as the buff disappears, you can either dash attack or light attack, however you want to, but just know he's coming for you. Alright, now I actually had better luck not watching that and just watching him and just trying to do it the way that I normally did it, but that's because I tended to lag in here, and so by the time I saw it disappear and dashed, it was a little too late and I was getting hit in the face. But as you see here, we didn't do too bad. She even procced a regen. Okay, and of course because she's an Avenger and I intercepted, I did not die here. Loving it.
Ownage.
And down goes the first Thanos. And I did not use a revive. Now we are facing the second and the final Thanos. I have zero practice in on this one. This is the first time I'm getting to him, okay? Now, I have watched some videos, but watching videos and actually doing it yourself, two different things. But this is why I brought in Luke Cage. Thanos has a phase where you will take a lot of bleed damage if you attack him during that particular buff that he has up. So you want to bring a bleed immune champion, or it's going to be a longer fight. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I've got Luke Cage is indestructible. Notice that he is just a 4-star. I don't have him awakened as the 5-star, but he's going in, and I'm like, okay, we've got to that phase and I shouldn't have to worry about it, so I'm just going in. But did you see that? He auto blocked. He got that blue buff, and because I attacked him, he healed all the way back up to full. And so I'm trying to find a pattern now as to when that occurs. So you see, it did it again, and I got hit because I was looking at it. Okay, So I was like, okay, I think I got it now. After he throws his special, I need to just wait it out a little bit, wait for that buff to actually come and go, and then attack. So that's what you're going to see me doing from now on. Alright, so I go in, and I'm attacking him. You know, we're doing good. Don't have to worry about the buff just yet. Okay, don't ask what happened there. But now he's thrown that L1. Now I'm waiting. Okay, waiting. Okay, it went, it's gone. Now I can go in. And that's pretty much what I did. Wash, rinse, and repeat to get him down to his next phase. Man, do I love me some Luke Cage. Definitely an A+ on the changes that they made to him. Now with those exhaustions on, I should be able to really get some damage in. But look at that. Wasted his indestructible. I don't even know how I got hit like that. Alright, parry just didn't work and just got hit to the face. But I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep on going. And he's doing pretty good damage there. You know, get that stun in, get some extra damage in. You know, everything looks like it's doing alright. Okay, so I'm waiting it out. Going in. Wait. Okay. Now. Wait for that. Okay, now go in. See, there's a lot of careful play that you have to do with this Thanos. Alright? And it can be annoying, but that is even more annoying. I don't even know what happened there. You know, obviously my timing was off. I thought it wasn't, but apparently it was. So I'm like, oh great, he's still in this phase, and I just lost my bleed immune champion. And I'm like, well, I don't want to use a revive right now. You know, otherwise I would have revived Luke Cage. So I said, let me just go in with Thor, see what we can do. And I'm going to have to fight even more carefully, because now I have two things that I need to wait out. Okay, so you've got that little blue buff that you have to wait out, and you also have the blood phase thing that you have to wait out as well. Alright, so watch how I do this. Okay, armor break, you see that? I waited for the blue one. Now I'm waiting for the blood one out. Now I go in. Okay, and that's pretty much wash, rinse, and repeat. As soon as he fires off that L1, I know it's coming. Okay, so all I'm going to do is parry stun. Blue aura, boom, it went. Parry stun, wait for that blood one to go. Parry stun, go in. Do as much damage as I can, and we pushed him to his next phase. Alright, now in this phase, it can be scary. You see that health. You're going to degen right off the bat, but then you're going to heal back up. That was a node that I remember in the dungeons. But it didn't matter, because I still got wrecked. This was the first time I was trying to evade that particular attack. And again, I saw videos where people were doing it. I know you have to evade the colored ones, but knowing it and actually doing it for the first time is two different things. So I'm just like, okay, well, we're doing pretty good so far. No revives used. And so I said, let's go in with Scarlet Witch, and let's see what we can do. So get that degen, and I basically just want to stay away from him until that's done. She goes in, and she's looking pretty good. Okay, boom, boom. Apparently not that well. So that was the second time it wrecked me. So now I'm just like, oh boy. But I'm not too worried, because I was already thinking that I was going to end up spending about 5 revives on getting through this. So I'm not worried about her going down, because I figure I'll use a team revive or something like that. Alright, so now I go in with Gwenpool, and I cannot tell you guys how annoying it is for him to be able to do that cutscene right in the middle of your combos or in the middle of a battle. It just is so annoying to me, because it breaks my flow. Alright, but anyway, I love Gwenpool in here, and you're going to see just why she is the MVP for this Thanos' final phase. There is no one, and I mean no one, that I can even think of that does better than she does in his final phase. Alright, so you saw there my third getting wrecked by that same attack. But like I said, I'm not too worried. I already know that I'm going to use some revives. Alright, so now I said, okay, well, I just want to get him down to that next phase. Because that next phase, Gwenpool is going to just wreck. Alright, so I brought up Archangel, and I said, well, let me put some health potions into him. I really shouldn't have. I don't have that attack down, and just using that one revive would have been just fine. But it is what it is. You live and you learn. And I did put in some of those. I get those all the time, and I think I still have a bunch of those in my overflow. Alright, so here we go. And I just want to stay away from him a little bit. Let that degen get done. Okay. And then now I just want to basically parry. I'm so happy that I can parry stun him. And like I said, all I'm trying to do. Now look at this. Wrecked again. All of the health potions that I used, done. So I'm like, woo. But I did get him down a little bit further. So I'm not too unhappy. And so far I've used, you know, one revive. So we are on budget. Again, I'm thinking that I'm going to end up using about 5 revives. So this time I go in, I use another level 2 revive, and I don't use any health potions. Because my goal is just to get him down to that last stage. That's it. Once I get him down there, the little tip that I got for using Gwenpool is going to take me home. Okay, so again, stay away from him. Once that degen is up, parry him, and just basically try to get as many bleeds and that sort of thing in on him as possible, and then keep going in on him. That's it. The more damage that I can do. Now look at this. I actually survived, and I'm like, ooh, I'm really feeling myself now. That's the first time that I actually managed to evade some of that. And so now I'm able to do even more damage to him, get some more of those neurotoxins and bleeds. I'm like, okay, can I do this one? Boom, boom, did it again. I'm like, okay, I think I've got the hang of this now. Alright, and finally, we get to the final stage. So I'm just like, alright, let's see what we can do here. Now, I don't know if you guys know about this stage, but that was his death touch. So you cannot parry him, because if he touches you in any way, shape, or form, you are dead. Okay, so you can't let him hit you while he has that death touch up. So if he hits your block, you're dead. So you can't parry. And of course, if he hits you, even if you're at full health, you're gonna die. So if you're gonna revive anyone, don't bother trying to heal. Just practice avoiding that death touch. Now, this is why Gwenpool is the queen for fighting this Thanos. Okay, and if you guys have a Gwenpool, then just know that the battle is won as long as you can get to his final phase. Alright, so watch this. So, of course, as you know, when the fight starts, he's going to do his little stone thing there, and now you just want to stay away from him. Okay, you see that counter up there, you just stay away from him. But now here's the problem. Once that thing is over with, you can do something now, but look, he's got his L3 already. So you get in a little bit of attack, and you know he's going to fire it off. Okay, so you're just basically trying to go in, do as much as you can at this point, knowing that he's going to throw that L3. But get this, Gwenpool cannot die to specials. Also, watch what I do here. Boom! Did you see how quickly I attacked him? That is the key. When he gets done with his L3, there is a slight pause where you can attack. Okay? So, look at what just happened. Now, if this was somebody else, I'd be dead. But you can't kill Gwenpool with your special. So look at that. I attacked him right off the bat, and just basically putting some hurting on him. Okay, now I just want to avoid him, keep avoiding him, and look, he's got his L3. Imagine if you had somebody else. This will be a very frustrating fight for you. But Renpool can't die to a special. She is hands down the best for this last phase against Thanos. So if you have her, definitely use her here. Okay, now you see how close he is to death, and I actually had a very horrible thought at this point in time. I thought that I had forgotten to hit the record button, so I purposely died there, checked to see that it was still recording, and said, okay, whew, because that would have made me very, very sad. I did not mind taking that hit and using another revive. We were well within my budget. But if I had not been recording all of this, I would have been so sad. And I probably would have done it over again, but remember, I boosted up and everything, and I would have just been really, really, really sad. Alright, so now we're going back in, and he's almost dead. So really, all you've got to do at this point, all I had to do at this point was to avoid that death touch phase there and attack him. That was it. So just got a little revive, waited this out, and you can see he wasn't right on me this time, so I have to wait it out. I have to avoid him, and as soon as that thing is over with, he threw that, and that was over with. He was mine. And that is Infinity Nightmare Thanos Uncollected mode completed. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, please consider smashing that like button. It really helps me out. If you have not subscribed already, please consider giving me a subscription. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about this video. If you want to become a patron of the channel, take a look in my description. I have a link to my Patreon account, and you can become a patron of this channel and help support it. And you guys have a blessed day.